Shri Ram, Jai Ram. Shri Ram, Jai Ram.
The twin flame romantic relationship is something else than you think it is. And we gotta talk a little bit about that as the first point of this video, in which I want to explain to you why the twin flame inner work is really different than what you think. And this first point is really about what is this twin flame romantic relationship even, because you think that it is the projection of your romantic personality, wants and needs on the world, on someone else, and what's more, actually onto your true twin flame. And well, that's just not what it is. That's not how it works. That's not what this romantic twin flame relationship even is. And it is, the true twin flame is your ultimate lover, so that is correct. You're not mistaken about that. And we can just take a deep breath and know for sure that the true twin flame is your ultimate lover. So no worries there. But the point is that it is not your wishes and needs projected on another person. And this is what most often happens when we think about romantic dating and the development of a relationship in your personality life, how you would have known it in the world where you have grown up in and in the society that formed you, in the sense that you just love to have this, that, and the other. And then you're going to project that onto the world. You're also going to look who fits that, but you're mostly going to project it onto the world. And it is you projecting that onto this partner, and you're going to find out in this starting relationship or dating that becomes a relationship for how much that is actually true, that you projected that onto this person. And then within a longer or shorter period, you come to know that this is not who they are. It was actually you projecting that onto this person, and you were in love with this projection and not with the actual person. And then often, things go down. This illusion comes tumbling down and you don't like it anymore. And before you know it, it's over. Or you stick it out, but actually it's over because it's just not what you thought it was, not what you signed up for. Understandably also as well. So that's not what the twin flame romantic relationship even is. Now, it is actually with a person, your true twin flame, that has all the attributes that you truly desire in a partner, not something that your personality or ego has made up, but that you truly desire in a partner. And they actually answer that fully and without exception, provided there are cases in which you want to have them be in a certain maturity in a certain topic of life, and they still need to grow into that, which is okay. It is not a projection of you onto the world. They truly are that person that has all these things that you truly desire deep in your heart, genuinely, on the soul level. And there is no mask that is going to fall off of them. But, and this is the most important thing I want to say about this, they're going to be revealed as that. The whole point is, it's not a projection onto someone, but it is a revelation of them being this person that genuinely has everything that you desire. even when you're not fully aware of what you truly desire, and later on you are, and then you see, hey, but that is what they are. Yes, that's because they are your true twin flame. That's how you know they are your true twin flame. In other words, point one is the twin flame is not a projected thing, but it's a revelation to you that they are your twin flame. Yes, in all these things that you want and desire, and they truly are that. But most of all, even more foundational than that, they are the revelation that they are already loving you, that they were already here, that they were all the time here waiting for you to come together in this ultimate love, this divine love. It's a revelation, it's not a projection. And a revelation means that you're going to be in a development in which you uncover that what you thought it was, and then the truth comes out, and it actually comes out that they were already loving you, they are already here, they are everything that you actually desire. That will come out when the masks come off. It's a revelation, not a projection. You fall back into the truth of who you yourself actually already were. And you go through a development to see that for them it is the same. They fall back into who they truly are with you in this romantic relationship. And they're all the time that. And they were already all the time that. And they can't do anything than being that. That is being revealed to you that that is so. That is the twin flame romantic relationship. It's a revelation, not a projection. I hope that helps. And point two is, you don't understand the twin flame work. You're doing it wrong. And I say that to help you. I truly want to help you. You don't understand what the twin flame inner work is. But you know by now, because I've already said that so many times, that the twin flame inner work is the only thing that brings your journey further along the line. And your journey goes towards harmonious twin flame union, the state of consciousness, the state of being. And from there on out, it means that you're going to go make it physical, make it concrete, build a life, build the mission, start a relationship, start a family, get engaged, make plans to get married. So that's the direction we're going. And how do you go in that entire direction? By doing the twin flame inner work. Not just any work, not just a little bit of love. The twin flame inner work, the specific thing that is needed for it. That's what will bring you there. Nothing else. Not psychologizing, not waiting very long and even longer and still longer. Not waiting till the next stars are aligned in a specific way that means something to you, seemingly. No, it is doing the twin flame inner work. That's what you got. I've talked so much about that. But now the point is, you don't understand the twin flame inner work. And I don't blame you. It's different. It's different than what you thought it was. It's different than what you knew before. It's different than what you're used to. It's different than what other people tell you. but it is the thing that will help you. So, the twin flame inner work, you're doing it wrong because you think that it is about looking outside at them, getting a grasp on what they're doing, getting a good set of psychological goggles on to judge in a balanced way what you're doing, and that is not entirely the right thing for you to come into a balanced relationship together gradually. And they would need to do this. They would need to get rid of their partner. They would need to do that. They would need to develop more of their inner compassion towards you. And that would be very helpful. And yes, you understand as well that you would also need to do something. So you would need to maybe, it's just examples, but it often sounds a little bit like this. Maybe you understand that you also would need to learn something. Maybe you need to learn to be more patient with them. And then you really foresee that this should click together it should click in together. And you do that with the very, very, very best of your knowledge of psychology and social emotional development. And you understand that to have more patience for them, you're going to need to meditate more, and you're going to do that. You need to love yourself more. You're going to do that. That's what you think, approximately, that the twin flame inner work is. Maybe you just add a little bit of spiritual work into it with like some angel healing, some ascended master healing in it, some past life work, some other dimensional work. Yeah, all of that. And that is not the twin flame inner work that I'm talking about. All of it, not. The twin flame inner work is that specific technique or non-technique, I don't care how you want to call it, that brings you beyond all of that. That brings you in the space where you fall back into the revelation that you're already dead, you're already there, you're already in union, harmonious union is now. You need the technique or the non-technique that will bring you there in every moment that you think you need to change something to make things better. Every moment that you have feelings and emotions. Every moment that you are upset about them, about yourself, about God. On all these moments that you have the tendency to want to change a little thing, add some love, so that it works out better. Every moment that you're wanting to do that, you're going to do this technique or non-technique that is about going beyond it all. It is about going back to the place where it's already true. It means falling back into the divine love that is already present. You need to go beyond the physical, the emotional, and the mental. Beyond everything that I discussed that you might think is twin flame inner work, such as psychologizing, loving yourself, doing some spiritual work. You need to go beyond it all. In this issue, and the next moment in that issue too. And in the third moment, for the future issue, you also need to go beyond it to the space where you are already in union with the divine in the first place, yourself in the second place, and your twin flame in the third place. And then also that third issue in the future will be resolved because you do the twin flame inner work. Go beyond it. You fall back into that ocean of divine love when you have that issue in front of you that seems irreparable and you still don't know how to repair it, but nevertheless, you're going to fall back into that divine ocean of love. That's what the twin flame inner work is. And that's what's lacking in your practice. Now, how do you do that? Well, to make that easy, I made a tool. Divine Mother told me how to do that. She started truly being very clear about that in the year 2011, which is 12 years ago. And maybe I will talk one day more about how all of that went. And it took me a whole couple of years to really make something out of that I was prepared to do. I knew it worked. And I wrote it down in a way that I thought was right for present day people and the way I wanted to work with people. And then it took some more years to see that it was really the correct thing still always when I was in my co-creation with the Christed Masters. And I got people into harmonious twin flame union, the state of consciousness, the state of being from it too. After I did myself first. I mean, that's what I did first, right? So I made this tool out of 4 steps to make it easy for you. And yeah, you can easily take that tool, I call it Key, and I talk a lot about it in our Facebook group, Your Abundance. You would be very welcome to join us. The link to that Facebook group is in the description box below. When I made that tool, I mean, I wanted to make it easy, but you gotta understand that you can do this key tool also with your ego and fill in the 4 questions and not much happens. So it is really a matter of doing it with the right mindset too, doing it with the deeper you, but also by doing it, the 4 steps, and keep on doing it every day, you are going to sink deeper in this real self that you are. So doing the key twin flame inner work will also over time become more deeper in itself. It's like it's like digging its own hole or something inside of you until you stand on this eternal layer, let's say on the bottom of the ocean of divine love. That's where you'll be in harmonious union too. So it is logic that you don't understand the twin flame inner work. I also took a very long time to convince myself. It is good to know that you're doing it wrong, because now you can understand that you've got to go beyond everything that you thought it was, beyond the psychology, beyond the spiritual work that you had been doing. And now you see what's lacking and you can start to do it. Going beyond the issue, you're upset, what you think is wrong with them, the situation and the relationship, and even with yourself. Going beyond it is the solution. Going continually beyond it is living in harmonious union together with your twin flame in an actual human-to-human, beautiful, harmonious love relationship full of inner peace and romance. That's what that is. Continually going beyond it. So I hope this helped. And the 3rd point is relationship. The word can be hard for twin flames because it often means control. You want to be with your true twin flame in a sacred union that is vibrating and pulsating from divine love. Beautiful. It's sacred. It is sacred and it already exists inside of you. But you gotta make it present in the real world. And that means that inside of that union, vibration, and bubble, your spirit parts are present with their bodies, and these human beings have an actual, sane, beautiful relationship inside of that bubble too. It's also a human relationship, a psychological relationship. And for that one that we're often very busy with, trying to manage, we might use the term relationship. It's kind of logic. You're trying to get them to answer you back in your text, in your Facebook Messenger or something, and they're not saying anything. And you feel bad about that. And you have the idea that, but we need to relate. This is a relationship. It's supposed to be a relationship, right? So I need to get them to answer to me. We will need to get to make a new appointment. We need a date. We need to find ways to make this relationship work. And then what is a relationship? Well, it's us dating. It's us making plans for the future. It's us moving in together. It's us getting engaged, it's us getting married, it's us making a family together. It's so many things. These kinds of things, you know. So one point that I want to give to you with this idea that you need to have a relationship with your twin flame is this. The word relationship is often in this kind of scenario used in a way that it means something of the old paradigm that you're actually moving out of when we're talking about a true twin flame. You've moved away from that old paradigm in which relationship means a certain attitude towards let's build this life together. You have to answer me romantically back when I say something romantically to you, within a certain time frame. Otherwise, it's not a relationship. You see where I'm going? It's a certain meaning that we've gotten inside that word relationship that is actually kind of sticky and kind of controlling. So even though within the beautiful sacred bubble that union is, that is from the divine, it is yours, it's your spirit parts combined, and the shininess that that gives. Inside of it, there is a relationship, but that's not the relationship that we have experience with in our, let's say, our old life, in the matrix, sort of, kind of like how you grew up, what your parents did, what your school friends did, what you did when you were a teenager, probably, because most people are not teenagers that are watching. Because that is pretty controlling. Most often, consciously or unconsciously. It's not that kind of relationship in which you're going to be controlling. It's not that kind of relationships in which you are going to move through all these phases because it is prescribed by your old mental ideas about your morals of life that belong to that old life, that was not connected yet to the divine, not connected yet to your deeper soul life, not connected yet to the true twin flame in harmonious union, the divine love that represents, which is of another order. It's of another order in how it's structured from inside out. It's not about control, it's about love. It's about unconditional love. So what I'm also trying to say is you don't know yet how that works, unconditional love in a relationship. You need to open yourself for the fact that you don't know yet what that is. It's new. You're still needing to find that out. Well, but I can tell you that yes, also in this beautiful union sacred bubble is an actual relationship. And in that relationship, you can actually take the steps that you would take with that old-fashioned idea of the relationship, how you knew it before. You can get engaged. You can move in together. You can start a family together. And that's totally what I would recommend. Absolutely, 1000%. But the inner mentality inside of you that is going to be in that engagement and relationship and family building and whatnot, the inner mentality is totally different. It's not one of control. You're not trying to want and need and control your way into these forms. Instead, what you're doing is you're doing the twin flame inner work. That will have as a result that it will be revealed to you at every moment again that this is the true twin flame, and it will be revealed to you what the next step is that you both are going to make at the same time to the same new place where you again meet each other. The next moment again, next moment again, next moment again. And that is where you will relate to each other in freedom out of your own unconditional love in a free way, in a loving way. Relate to each other. The core of each other, that is the soul, including the human part, the physical part as well. And that relating is not control. That relating feels very different than it did before. In another kind of way, you might say that what we did before as relationships were not relationships because we were actually not relating. Relating means that you're going to go via the divine first. And then afterwards, it is via the humanity. So I got this today in the ACIM book, the A Course in Miracles book, and I opened it as an oracle, and it came at chapter 16, The Forgiveness of Illusions, and it was about true empathy. And this is where it is explained how true empathy does not join in pain, understanding that healing pain is not accomplished by delusional attempts to enter into it and lighten it by sharing the delusion. He does not relate through your ego to another ego. God comes through you, He comes through you when He relates, but He does not relate through your ego to another ego. It is God coming through you in the divine unconditional love and being revealed to the fact that you both want to be together in this next step too, in freedom, and then you relate again to the true self, not from ego to ego. And this is a completely new sensation. You're not used to it yet. So it would be good to admit that to yourself. That would actually be very helpful. And then you can start to learn again. Then you can open yourself for what it might be and be surprised and be elated and be joyful about it and be falling back into the ocean of divine love on every step, on every moment, and just be fulfilled by that. That's what it's all about. I hope that helped. And when you've got it together, you can also start to become opened up to mission. And that is in this video that I want to send you to, and Divine Mother's definition of mission will be revealed in that. I will send you to there right here in a couple of seconds. And I send you much love from me, Petra.